Hi, how are you doing? I'm here today to do my 2015 favourite books of the year. I've just picked one from each month. There are probably more books that I could have added to this pile, but I felt that would be just overkill. So here we go. I have them written down because I honestly can't remember, and some of them, as I say, I don't actually physically have with me. I borrowed them from friends, so I had to return them. The first one, which I read in January, was Make It Ahead by Ina Garten. Highly appropriate, so my channel's called Reads and Eats. I do like to cook and like to bake. This was a new one that Ina brought out, I think just beginning of 2015. I borrowed it from the local library and thoroughly enjoyed it. I like all of Ina's cookbooks and regularly borrow them from the library. I have a couple myself, and I do use a number of the recipes that I like, and yeah, so that was my first one. The second one was The Treasure Hunt by Andrea Camilleri. These are Inspector Montalbano books. Inspector Montalbano is based in Italy, and he's quite a funny character. He really is. He talks very quickly, and he does things his own way, much to the annoyance of his superintendent. I think they're fun books to read, and the stories are very good. Next we have, wait till I find it on the pile, Dark Witch by Nora Roberts. This is the first in the Cousins O'Dwyer series. This is the story. I'll read you the back, it's easier to do it that way. Iona Sheehan has always felt a powerful connection to Ireland, so when her beloved grandmother confesses an extraordinary family secret, she can't resist visiting County Mayo to discover the truth for herself. Arriving at the atmospheric Castle Ashford, Iona is excited to meet her cousins Connor and Branna O'Dwyer, and when she lands a job at the local riding school, she is soon drawn to its owner, the charismatic, fiercely independent Boyle McGrath. Perhaps she has found her true home at last. But Iona's arrival is no accident. The three cousins have inherited a dangerous gift from an ancestor known as the Dark Witch, and they are about to discover that some old legends can return to haunt the present. So I read the first one, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to continue with the series fairly soon. The next one I got was The Wee Free Men by Terry Pratchett. I borrowed this from a friend, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought The Wee Free Men were fantastic. To me, like, these wee blue men speaking with Glasgow accents were just absolutely funny, and this thing is about the second or third Terry Pratchett book I've read, and to date it's been the funniest and the one I've enjoyed most. We then have Enchantress by James Maxwell. This one I borrowed from Kindle Unlimited as a part of a 3 months trial, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, so much so that I want to actually get the whole series. It's to do with magic and enchanting and fight, wars and things like that. So it really was very good. Excuse me. Next we have, wait till I find it, Heatwave by Richard Castle. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I like Rick Castle. I actually like the TV programme, especially Nathan Fillion, who plays Richard Castle in the series Heatwave. So this was my first Rick Castle book. Again, thoroughly enjoyed it. Like this dynamic between Kate Beckett and Richard Castle. Although they've changed his name, he's changed his name in the actual book, which is rather annoying. And he's also changed the name of two of the detectives. And you're like, wait a minute, that's not what they're called. That's what they're. So that rather annoyed me, but I did really enjoy it. And I will be reading more Richard Castles hopefully within the coming year. We then have Foretold by Thunder by Ian Davey. I did a review for this one on my channel, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is to do with Etruscan history and just an adventure story, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Really good read. I then read Hope in a Ballet Shoe by Michaela and Elaine de Prince, and this book was just beautifully written and a really stunning story, one that would give hope to anybody. I would love at some point to see Michaela de Prince dance, which would be fantastic, but it's just a beautiful story of how she came to be in America, and it's so well worth reading. We then had Speaking in Bones by Kathy Rice. This is the latest in the Temp Brennan series. I love the forensic anthropology. I like the detective sort of aspect to it as well, and the interplay between Brennan and the you know, all the men that she has, well, in her life, yes, as in her work colleagues and her ex-husband. I really like the interplay between everybody. It's really, really good. We then had Christmas Ever After by Sarah Morgan. Again, I did a review for that. If I remember when I'm doing this up, I will try and put a link for the books I reviewed on my channel down below, so you can go and watch them if you want. Christmas Ever After, definitely a very, very Christmassy book, and one to get you in the mood for Christmas. Then there was Living History by Hillary Rodham Clinton. I know some folk will go, oh my gosh, but no, it was a fantastic book. She doesn't miss anyone, I can tell you that. And she was very frank and very open about things that happened while she was living in the White House as the First Lady, and what she would like to see happen in the future. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great book and a great insight into a lady. And the final one was A Miracle at Macys by Lynn Marie Halsman. I just talked about this in my kind of wrap-up video. Again, a really good book. I will be doing a review for this one later on, so please watch out for that. But those are the sort of the 12 books that I thought were my favourites for 2015. Please let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. I'd really like to know what some of your favourites were from 2015. And that's it for the moment. I will see you soon with another video. Bye!